Hey guys, welcome to Spring 2017 Bladen Community College for an online statistics course, Math 152. So as you can see, we have our Moodle course. And so I just want to walk you through a couple things. We have our online syllabus that I need you to read, go through. I'm going to point out a couple things to you in the document. So I have phone office hours. So I am not on campus. I teach at another community college, but I am accessible with these office hours and other office hours. So what I need you to do is, if you have questions, the best way to get in contact with me is to email me. But if you have a question and it's during these times, please give me a call at this number, and I will be glad to speak with you and figure out what we can do to help you out. But again, this is my name, Michael Boone. Here is my email for Bladen Community College. We will be using MyStatLab. So that's a Pearson product. You need to have an access code for that. Talks a little bit about that here. Here's a way that you could access that site. They talk about tutoring. Always, whether it's seated or online, make use of the resources that the school is providing you. So please make sure that you're using the tutors and get any additional help that you need. I will be a resource. The tutors on Bladen Community College will be a resource. Your peers will be a resource. Talks about our course, what we're going to be learning. I believe statistics is a lot of COSA, C-O-S-A, collecting, organizing, summarizing, and analyzing data. And so that's what we should be able to say that we can do when this course ends. One thing for this online course, we have 4 proctored assessments. So you will have to either come on campus or go to another proctoring site for 4 tests, 3 chapter tests, and then 1 final exam. And I have those dates on when they're due by at the end of this syllabus. So if you get ahead, you can go ahead and take the assessment, but it will be seated and proctored. So not 100% online, but mostly online. So our grades is on the 10-point scale. You'll see that there are 3 seated proctor tests. There's homework, quizzes, and projects. That's through an online environment or online submission. There's a final exam at the end of the semester, and the weights for each of those. The academic honest policy, and again, these seated assessments that you have, they're a large percentage of your grade. It's not going to do you any good to not do your own assignments with the online stuff. Make sure you're doing your own assignments so that you can be successful on those proctored exams. Again, getting help is fine, but making sure the understanding there is of most importance. So here's a tentative schedule and when things are due. So if it says Chapter 1 due, that's when your Chapter 1 homework and quiz are due within MyStatLab. And in the yellow, you'll see when you have to, by this date, Monday, February 13th, you need to come to campus or at another proctoring site to take that proctored exam. And so you need to notify me when you plan on taking it, and I will communicate with the proctoring site location on the information they will need for you to take that test. So again, there's 4 yellow spots on here. Again, if you want to take it early, you get done with the assignments early, you can take it, the proctored test for chapters 1 through 3 at the beginning of February. That would be fine. This is just when it is due by, the last possible moment. Is on that Monday, February 13th. February 13th. And again, during finals, you just have to schedule something, and then they will have the final exam and the rules for that final. So again, this is all information that's provided on your syllabus. So let's go back into our Moodle course. And we can see that there's also an online orientation quiz. You must take this by Friday, January 20th. If you do not take it by then, you're not allowed to be in the course. It's not a Bladen Community College rule. It's a way that the school gets funded, and we have to verify that you're in the classroom and you are an active participant. So that has to be done by the 20th. Again, your chapter 1 is due on the 19th, so hopefully you'll have all this done. But please go in and take this online orientation quiz. There is your My Stat Lab access. There is a link for you here. It will take you to My Stat Lab. It also gives you the course ID. You'll need this the very first time you go into it. If you've never taken an online stats course before, which I believe will be most of you, when you go to My Stat Lab, it's going to ask you to sign in, or if you are a new student, to register down here. Again, it will ask for a course ID, and this is the course ID that you will need to access our course. But again, you're going to have to purchase access to the course, and you can do that at the bookstore. You could also do it online. There's an option for I believe it's a 2-week free trial. And if you need that until the funds come in, please do that. But before you can continue with the course, you will have to enter an access code that you purchased either online or through the bookstore. So the course ID there. And I'll go into some things about my stat lab in a moment. The welcome video will be placed here, and it'll be forever there. You will have YouTube videos. I'm going to make videos that are going to help you with the chapter content and with the technology that we're using in the course. We're going to be using StatCrunch. It is a statistical software that's free when you have My Stat Lab. And so that's something that I'll show you how to use it and how to use it with the homework to make your homework a lot easier, honestly. It's more important to know what the numbers stand for necessarily, more so than how do I compute this number. I'd rather you know what does this number mean and what am I going to do with this number once I have it. But the majority of the computations will be done with StatCrunch. There's already a chapter 1 project that's in here, and so these are something that will be an online submission that you will turn in to me. And towards the end of the semester, we'll have a final project. We have a pretty small class. I believe there's 9 of you. So maybe we'll have 3 groups of 3, or maybe some 4 groups of 2 if somebody wants to go solo, or we'll combine 1 group that have 3. And you'll have an online submission of a final project. So this is your general Moodle outline. And I would like you to check your email every day, because I will be emailing you throughout the semester with any tidbits. You can also check out the instructor YouTube videos. These will be very helpful for you as you progress through the course. And My Stat Lab, I have several online courses. So the one that we'll be looking at is Bladen Community College. And so you'll see that you currently, there is homework already assigned to you. And the due dates for chapter 1, 2, and 3. At the end of each chapter, there is a quiz for you to take, an online quiz. And then once you're done with 1 through 3, that's when you come in either to campus or another proctoring site to take that proctored assessment for chapters 1, 2, and 3. If you do not have a hard copy of the text, that is fine, because in my Stat Lab you have an e-copy for the course. So that's something that you get with that access, that purchase, is you get the same material as that's printed, except on an e-version, so an e-book. So that's something that you have access to. And it'll pop up here. Perfect. And again, the goal would be to read through the sections before you do the homework, get an idea of what we're talking about, and again, look at those instructor videos. Those would probably more start in chapter 2. I might have one for all of chapter 1, just hitting the highlights of the main focus on how to do data collection, which is probably the most difficult part, is how to collect good data. But once we get into chapter 2, we're going to be organizing and summarizing our data, and that's going to mean computations, and that's when we use StatCrunch, and that's when we'll have probably a video for each section. So we have the book in here. Again, we're going to have StatCrunch, and this is going to be our online statistical software that we're going to use. There is a multimedia library. So if you want to see some lecture videos, you can do that. We have videos that we can look at. And let's do that for chapter 1. And when you do the Find Now, you'll see that it gives videos. So it does it from different pieces of the section, and so you can have the opportunity for some lecture for each chapter, each section, which should be very helpful as we move along. So the text provides some lecture videos. I'm going to provide some supplemental videos. Again, probably starting in chapter 2, you'll have one for each section talking about how to use, or talking about the content and how to use the technology to get some of these answers. But these are things that are available to you in my Stat Lab. So we have our course. We have this online orientation quiz, which is very important that you get done right away. The welcome video, and I'll have some instructor videos here. But the main thing is make sure you're communicating with me during the semester. Please email me when you have questions, or call during those office hours that I provided, and hopefully that will lead to success in the course. So if you have any questions or comments or concerns, please let me know, and I look forward to a great semester. And again, use me as a resource. Let me know when you have questions. Thank you.